Who buys something super expensive they don't know anything about? Oh yeah, another rich idiot. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. My name is Mr. X. Right in the intro there, that was actually a hater comment we did on one of the hater videos. And that comment may apply to this review as well, which is why I said it. Because I have another DragonBallZ piece to the collection. I currently own two other ones. One is the realistic looking BUU right here, Majin Buu. And I purchased this just because he looked so amazing and is badass. And the same can be said about the other piece I own. It's this cell right here from the same custom manufacturer. But today I have added my third piece to the collection, and I have a few more on order. This is Team Goku and Vegeta vs. Super BUU by Figure Class. And really, this is kind of my first resin anime piece. I have a couple other ones on the way, but I am not disappointed in this. I really, really like it actually, despite not knowing a ton about the source material. I really want to get back into DragonBallZ. My knowledge is pretty limited, and I've seen a few, but I really wish Netflix would release them to the States so I could kind of bone up my knowledge and just enjoy one of the most popular animes of all time. But despite my lack of knowledge, today we're going to do an in-depth review on this guy. So if I get a lot of the stuff wrong, because again, I don't know the source material that well, please put in the comments for other people to know, because some of it I'm not even going to attempt to guess. But it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the statue. But before we get started into the review, we are actually doing a statue giveaway. Check it out. We are going to hit 20,000 subscribers in 2020. To do that, we're giving away a statue every 2,500 subs. At 15,000 subs, the winner will get to choose between these two PCS Mortal Kombat statues. Make sure that you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Then stay tuned towards the end of this video to find out how to enter. So starting with content, one of the big issues I have is I don't know this storyline. While I know the characters, while I do know a decent amount, the characters, BUU, Vegeta, and Goku, I really can't rate it very well. However, we will look at it. So you have this blobular mass that Super BUU is either coming out of or he's part of that makes up the majority of the base. And then you start to have the power or the Super Saiyan or whatever that is. That's where someone can comment below with the lightning coming out. And you have Vegeta and Goku in their classic fight pose, very stoic, ready to fight. And what I don't understand about this statue is BUU is right behind them. Is he on their team? Which traditionally he's not. He's a villain generally, where, you know, Vegeta can go back and forth, and Goku is traditionally one of your heroes. So I don't understand what's going on with the concept, but they all look fabulous together. This is supposed to be Super BUU, so obviously much bigger on the sides, where he's half scale compared to them as 1/7 scale. And it all flows together really well. It's kind of your classic DragonBallZ, showing some of the most influential characters in that series, and that's what I really, really like about it. And I'd probably like it even more if I understood the story that this was telling from the source material. But traditionally, if I had to guess or just say how cool does this look, would we rate it as a what would we rate as a concept? I would say 4 out of 5, but I'm not even going to attempt to rate this because I'm so lacking on the source material. But it does look pretty badass. Now we can rate certain things like the design, paint, and sculpt. So that's what we'll do next, starting with the design. You have quite a few different things going on here. I didn't film the assembly, but essentially the base, including BUU, is one piece, minus this little egg sac or whatever this is back here. Again, my knowledge is very limited. Please let me know in the comments. This piece actually removes right here all the lightning pieces, and then Vegeta and Goku plug in separately. And then Goku has a number of different portraits. Let's look at them. So first you have this green blue haired portrait, and again, I don't know the exact terminology, but it does I know it signifies what stage of power he's on. And same thing with the other portraits, all very stoic, very serious expressions. But here the hair is parted on the front. And then here it's kind of pushed back with one big strand coming down in the front. And there is a light up feature. Check this out. It comes with a very short cord, but it is a cool light up feature. And one really cool thing, they have a metal COA. That's really cool. I've never seen this before. They may do this with all their pieces, but it is really fabulously done. There's no display stand or anything for it, but traditionally I don't display these. I think I might try and figure out a way to display this. Now let's get dimensions on him. So the widest point is pretty big. It's 20.5 inches or so. deepest point, you're probably looking at a little bit more than 13 inches. And the highest point, I'm going to say, is right under 24 inches. So he does command a lot of space, but it's a diorama of 3 different characters, so I understand that. Really, the biggest negative thing about the design is the blank back. There's nothing really going on, which I do like when there's stuff going on in the back, even though you can't see it. So it's not a huge fault by any means, but everything works together really, really well. I would actually give the design a 4 out of 5 on this piece. Really well done, some cool options. Now with paint and sculpt, as we dive into that, you have to remember that I'm used to reviewing things that are done by sculptors with digital sculpting and these polystone statues. So anime resin statues are a little bit different. There's not as much detail for a variety of reasons. So I'm not judging it on the same scale as that, but let's do a video review of the paint and sculpt. All right, so let's check this guy out, starting at the paint and sculpt. And again, this blobular mess. There's not a lot of texture on this statue, which I'm okay with on anime pieces. I like the different shades of purple and white they used on here. Looks pretty cool. Kind of almost looks like a snow effect in a way. And then back here, you do see some texture mixed in. I think the colors look great. Great choice on the colors, how BUU's arms are kind of melting into them. You have the back we talked about. The little egg blob that I should know what it is, but I don't. Almost looks like steps on the bottom. Very cool. Then you have the transparent, translucent resin on the bottom here. Looks good. Thankfully, no breakages. And the lightning bolts look good for lightning. It's really hard to do lightning decent, but I think they did a nice job. One thing I don't like is where it's attached to BUU. You have to attach it there. So you really have to put all the pieces, but I think it looks much better with. Then looking at Goku here, I love his outfit. They did a great job on the sculpt of this, and then the shadowing on the paint looks really good. The orange and dark black colors on there. Check out his boots, ties, the little ties on the front. Very accurate, very cool looking. Same thing with Vegeta here. Great job on the anatomy as well on both characters, some folds in the uniforms. Gloves look great. And then the anatomy where the skin is showing is also done very well. I like what they did on the paint. Very muscular, very fit. Great job on the portraits as well. Not a huge fan of this Vegeta portrait, but it's not bad with this little halo above him. Goku looks awesome. And BUU, very cool as well. A little bit of messy paint where it meets some of the other places. See this right here, where it meets his belt, the pink, but nothing horrible. And it's actually appearing a little bit different color in the camera than it does in real life. So it'll be interesting to see what it comes out on the full video. But great anatomy on BUU, very muscular. And his evil, sinister portrait, I like what they did. The grin, the eyes, very beady-like. So overall, a lot of really cool things on here. I'm kind of skipping over it pretty fast and missing a lot of the details like his belt, Majin Buu's pants. A lot of cool accuracy to this. I would say accuracy, I don't know the source content. A lot of cool detail is the word I was looking for. Kind of another once over for you guys. So like I said, with paint, a little bit of opportunity to be cleaner, especially around BUU here. I love what the shading they did in the uniforms. The transparent resin looks good, but overall I think the paint is a 4 out of 5. It was almost a 3 out of 5, but there's some stuff I really, really like. The sculpt, however, is definitely a 4 out of 5. I think they did a fantastic job on the anatomy, the clothing, the different parts of the base going on, the portraits. Really impressed by the sculpt on this piece. I'm also not going to grade value today because I'm not huge collecting into this world. I don't know if, $800-900 shipped is a good deal or not. It looks like it is. You have a huge diorama with 3 different people in it. So I would tend to think that it is a good deal, but I'm not exactly sure. So we're going to skip that category as well. But does this have the X factor? So not a cumulative score, but is this a 5 out of 5 piece? It's not, and it may be to people who know the source material a lot better than me. If I knew this exact storyline or had bigger ties to the character, maybe I would say it's a 5 out of 5 statue. But honestly, I'm really impressed with everything. Even though he's not going to scale-wise go with the rest of my Dragon Ball Z pieces I have and I have coming in, I'm going to proudly display him. I'm very satisfied with this purchase. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. I think they did a lot of really cool things with this piece. Edition size of 777, I don't think I mentioned that. Let me know some of the stuff I missed when we talked about the content or the design or the storyline in the comments, or just let me know what you think of the piece, because every time you comment, you are more likely to win that statue. To win one of these Mortal Kombat statues, all you have to do is comment on a video. At 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video and pick a random comment. That person will win the prize. They can choose between these two pieces. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. But thanks for bearing with me, guys. Really appreciate it. I do have some other resin pieces like this coming in, so if you like that, hit that Mr. X logo so you can subscribe to the channel. Check out some of these other playlists, but otherwise, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.